Hello, this is Richard from Games Freezer, and today what I want to do is give you a bit of a show around of the arcade cabinet that I built. Now it's only a miniature cabinet, it's a Vigolix style cabinet, and I took the method for making it off the internet, off Instructables, and there's quite a few other videos out there that sort of give you a few pointers of how to make it. But the main thing that I used was this Instructables download of the plan. It basically takes one piece of wood, whether that's plywood or MDF, which is what I used, and then you can make a cabinet. It's a half-size cabinet that I made to the measurements for the download on Instructables. And I'm just going to show you how I did it. It's my first attempt at making an arcade cabinet. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good, and I'm quite proud of how it turned out in the end. The paint job and the filler really masked quite a few imperfections, but as it's my first time doing it, I was pretty happy with the final outcome. So let's take a look at it. So what I used here then to build it was actually a desktop, literally top of a desk. So I had a PC World delivery for a desk sent over to me a couple of years ago, and every time it arrived it had a broken corner or a smashed side to it. So I've been keeping these desktops in the garage for a while. So yeah, it's just basically one piece of wood, and you cut it diagonally and you get those kind of triangular sides to it that it shows there. And then you can cut the remainder of the wood, just one sheet of wood, into the control sections and the front plates. The buttons were only a tenner from Amazon. They're not the greatest of buttons, but they do the trick, and I liked the matte finish to them. I put this kind of little wooden shelf on there just to put like little knickknacks, video gaming knickknacks, although I did find that after I put stuff on there, when I was playing, it kept falling off. So it's okay while it's not being used, but yeah, as soon as I start using it, I'll take the stuff off. And then I've got this little poster on the wall for control schemes. It just reminds you of each of the systems and what buttons come into play for it. Also with the arcade thing at the bottom to say select and start when you want to come out of RetroArch and choose another game. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it, although it's got its rough kind of corners and it's a bit rough and ready, but at the end of the day it works, and it looks alright. I've put that perspex on the front that obviously gives that arcade feel, and I'll put some artboard around the screen as well, so as it covers up the fact that there's a 14-inch monitor sitting in behind the actual arcade. And now I've got the RetroPie theme up and running. It displays each console and computer as a nice pixel art piece of graphics, which is pretty cool. So as I'm scrolling through these, you get each of the different pictures that comes up. So I think that's pretty nice little touch. Been mainly playing on MAME. I've been revisiting some classics from my youth. Especially games like Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja. That is an absolute cracker. Really good fun. What else I've been playing a lot? Been playing a bit of Donkey Kong. It's a bit of Dream Soccer and then Final Fight. But mostly I've been playing this Football Champ, which is a game I used to play in the arcades very often. Never any good at it. But I've been pumping a load of imaginary credits into this one. Still not completed it yet though, because you get to a certain point it's almost impossible to get past. I think in Brazil I've played a couple of times and it's just impossible to get past, but loads of fun. And on the Mega Drive I've been getting back into Sensible Soccer, which is obviously a cracking game. I used to play on the Amiga, slightly different on the Mega Drive. It's got this music that plays throughout and a bit more graphical presentation, but pretty much the same game, you know, custom teams, international teams, etc. So I think as far as the arcade goes itself, if I was going to do this again, which I probably will at some point, I'll probably make another one because I've got the bug a bit. Yeah, if I was going to make another one of these, I would invest in some new power tools. Now I used a jigsaw, which was pretty tough to cut straight lines with, hence why I've got some ragged edges to some of the woodwork. So I would get a power saw, most definitely, and make cuts with that. And I'd also use different wood. So I use obviously this kind of MDF kind of chipboardy wood. I'd prefer to use plywood going forward because it makes for cleaner cuts. So yeah, my next project hopefully will turn out even better. But this has been a good start, and a good start for anyone, I'd say, as the instructions are pretty easy to follow. Anyway, this is Richard. Hope you've enjoyed it. This is Games Freezer. Goodbye, my friends.